Welcome to Life on the Wabash, your home for the lighter, brighter, happier side of your community. We'll cover places to go, events to explore, recipes to try, and information that makes your life easier or more fun. Let's dive in. Good morning and welcome to Life on the Wabash. I'm Lindsay Veramis.
And I'm Jimmy Sebeski. Our goal is to help you connect with your community in a new way.
We spotlight local businesses, upcoming events, and unique opportunities you can take advantage of.
It's also a hands-on teaching tool. Boilermakers are at the helm of this production.
Coming up, Bridal Style 101, how to find the gown of your dreams, plus the trends major designers are focusing on.
A local insider and area aficionado gives her insight on unmissable events and spotlights nearby business gems. An Asian-inspired bakery that got its name from a dog named Pork Chop.
Looking to volunteer? Learn more about an initiative to help keep our community and its waterways clean.
She put her knowledge to the test on one of TV's toughest game shows, not once, but twice. Local celebrity Adriana Harmeyer is here sharing stories about her experience. What was it really like behind the podium?
Life on the Wabash starts now.
She took Jeopardy by storm with a 15-game winning streak last summer, and then she returned to compete in the Tournament of Champions. Now that the competition has wrapped up, we're sitting down with Adriana Harmeyer to hear all about her Jeopardy journey. From preparing for the big stage to what it was like playing the game a second time. Adriana, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So we just want to start off with, what was your favorite moment on the show? Was it the people, the game itself? Tell us all about what your favorite part was being on Jeopardy.
I really enjoyed the whole experience. Obviously, getting to play the game was what I was there for, what I was looking forward to, what I really enjoyed. An unexpected joy of the show also was getting to know the people who were there, my fellow competitors, especially for the tournament when we spent a lot of time together backstage. We had a lot of events going through this weird experience together. There were just a lot of really great aspects of being part of the show.
That's incredible. So you talked about how much you just love the game in general. Mm-hmm. Tell me, how did you prepare for something like this, especially going back a second time? Was there anything different that you changed? Do you have any quirky little things that you did to try and prepare for this?
I did. So my first time on the show, I decided to focus more on watching Jeopardy, learning how Jeopardy works. I didn't do as much traditional studying, but going back for the tournament, I did. So I knew I'd have some tough competition. I read books, I used flashcards, I did quizzes, I watched movies. I did basically everything I could think of to expose myself to different kinds of information and find ways to kind of test and reinforce that.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so based off of what you've been saying about just the people, the game, preparing, what would you say was the hardest part for you, if at all? And just to give some insight for our audience, just in case they want to take the anytime test and want to be a contestant themselves.
Yes, it might not be a surprise to anyone who's watched Jeopardy or been on Jeopardy. The hardest part is the buzzer. You can go in and you can know answers, but that doesn't mean you get to give those answers because you're up against two other very competitive people who also are there to win and have done their preparation. So just figuring out that timing and getting in on the buzzer was a challenge.
Would you say that that's pretty different from just, being at home watching Jeopardy? If you ever respond to the TV, it's very different if you know the answer, but you can't say it because you didn't buzz in.
Exactly. At home, you're like, oh, I know this. I'll say it. I got it. Credit to myself for knowing that answer. But you don't get credit for everything you know when you're at the show. It's only what you buzz in on.
Right. And finally, just give us a little peek behind the scenes. What was it like going to LA and having that whole experience different from just being in West Lafayette?
Oh, it was a completely different experience. For one thing, the tournament filmed in December, and December in LA is very different from December in Indiana. So it just felt like a completely different world. There were time zone changes, just everything was different. But in a way, it was kind of nice because it was like a separation in my brain. Now I'm in Jeopardy mode. I'm in the Jeopardy place. I can just focus on that, not thinking about all the things I need to do at home.
Well, thank you so much, Adriana, for all the insight and all the inside scoop on what Jeopardy is like and hearing about your journey. Your success has been incredible to watch, and it's just great having you on this show. Well, now it's time for you to test out your knowledge with us. Can you answer some Purdue-themed questions Jeopardy style?
We just talked about my Jeopardy journey, but now it's your turn to play. We've got a special Purdue-themed edition of Jeopardy featuring 3 of your very own producers as contestants. Let's meet them.
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm a senior in business communication.
Hi, I'm Yumi. I'm also a senior in media and mass communication.
Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm also a senior in business communications.
All right, here's how it works. We've got 4 categories: alumni, events and places, sports, and Pete-Pourri. Each correct answer earns points, and at the end, we'll have a final Jeopardy round to determine our winner. So let's get started.
Alumni for 100.
This popcorn mogul, known for his bow tie and buttery success, graduated from Purdue in 1928. Maria.
Who is Orville Redenbacher?
That is correct. You can choose again.
Events and places for 200.
In 1949, this legendary animator and film producer became an honorary Purdue alum and even hosted a movie premiere on campus. That was a close one, but Yumi got it.
Well, who is Walt Disney?
That is correct.
Got myself there. All right, let's do Pete-Pourri for 300.
This Purdue freshman attended classes while his older brother Winthrop served as university president. Their other brother Harlan went on to become Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court.
Who is Marshall?
That is incorrect.
Okay, that's all right. Lost my points, it's okay.
Any other answers? No? Triple stumper? This is a really tricky one. His name was Lawson Stone.
Lawson Stone.
Stone
Okay.
Hall is named after Winthrop Stone. It's time for Final Jeopardy. The category is Sporting Legends. Here is your question. When Purdue men's basketball first appeared in the NCAA final game, they lost to the UCLA team led by this legendary coach and Purdue alum. Let's see what our contestants came up with. Maria, reveal your answer.
Who is John Wooden?
John Wooden, that is correct. Yumi,
I also said, who is John Wooden? Hi, Mom.
also correct.
I
And
also
Abby?
said, who is Wooden?
Correct. Well done. Triple get. Everybody has gotten the final answer correct.
So it looks like, Maria, you're the winner.
Congratulations, Maria. Great game to everybody. And who knows, maybe one of you will be on Jeopardy someday for us to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Whether you're planning your big day, helping a bride-to-be, or simply dreaming of dresses, we have some fun in store. We're checking in with the owner of Sage Bridal House to see what's new in bridal fashion and get a few tips. All right, we're here with Carrie Hughes to get some inspiration. Carrie, you just got back from Chicago, Miami, lots of research. What did you find?
Yes, so I was lucky enough to see my designer's newest collection for the coming year. So we saw a lot of different styles, so everything kind of across the board, but we really focused on 3 distinct looks. So we have the clean look. So we all know the clean girl aesthetic. So those classic silhouettes, streamlined, a lot of crepe, ivory, beautiful classic designs. More transitional, so again, classic silhouettes with a little bit more detail, maybe an additional accessory like a scarf or even a collar, a little bit of different lace pattern. Again, not too much bling in those styles, but a little bit more detail than your clean looks. And then also we're kind of seeing a return back to maximalism.
Oh,
so
fun.
Ball gowns, sparkle, wide skirts, and really kind of opposite from the clean style aesthetic as well.
Well, we're going to take a look at those dresses in just a minute, but we should go back to the basics first. If you are planning that big day, how far in advance do we need to be thinking?
So to get whatever style you desire, really we're looking at 8 to 10 months out before your wedding. The sooner the better. So that is one thing you definitely want to check off your bridal list sooner rather than later, so that way you have a full range of styles to choose from. Of course, bridal stores are going to have quick ship options for you as well. So if you're a little bit more in a time crunch, there's still dresses out there and you can still find a wonderful gown as well.
Any other pro tips for somebody who is just beginning that process?
Yes, really do some research. So start thinking about how you want to look on your wedding day. Think about if comfort is really important to you. That's really going to affect some different styles. And then, of course, bringing only your most supportive friends and family to cheer you on as you find the dress.
Okay, well, why don't we go take a look at some of those styles?
This is going to be a halter style, which we have seen come back in recent years. So the focus of this dress is just those classic lines, really lovely column shape. And then too in the back, you're going to have a little bit more drama in the low back. But again, we've been seeing a lot of these really nice, bright, clean crepe looks. All right, so I will call this one our transitional looks. Nice classic crepe, really gorgeous silhouette. You're gonna see a lot of cat ear styles in the bust. And another detail we've been seeing on bridal dresses recently have been really fun neck accessories. So we've seen shawls, we've seen collars like this, and it's a really fun way to accessorize your gown and just bring everything together. And lastly, this is our more maximalist style that we've been seeing. So a return to fuller skirts, sparkle, oversized patterns. Again, you do still have that classic cat ear top, but you have accessories with this dress. So you have some detachable drop sleeves. You have an option to have a little sleeve added on, but again, these are fully customizable, so you could really wear this dress multiple ways, have 3 different looks, and this is definitely for the bride who wants to shine on her wedding day.
Well, Carrie, before we let you go, we should touch on the experience when you come in here to Sage. You work really hard to create a moment for these brides.
Yes, so at Sage Bridal House, we are so focused on the entire bridal experience and making that such a positive experience for our brides. Some brides can have a little bit of anxiety about shopping for the wedding dress, so we really try to make it as welcoming as possible. We do offer private appointments only, so you get the entire house to yourself, and then we offer longer bridal appointment times as well, so you can really relax and make sure you are saying yes to the perfect dress.
Absolutely. Well, you can find her in Rensselaer. We have all of that information right here on your screen.
Speaking of weddings, we want to offer a hearty congratulations to Life on the Wabash producer Gretchen Moore. She got engaged last week. Her boyfriend popped the question right on the beach with her friends and sister there to celebrate.
Spring is in the air and on the calendar, so let's make the most of it. It's time to check in with local influencer and events expert Elise Daniel for a few fresh ideas. Now, Elise is the brains behind the Happy Hours, a celebration of all things local on Instagram. Elise, this time of year, we're all itching to get outside, and that brings us to patios. You have some recommendations.
Oh my goodness, there are probably way more than I can even mention here. But a few of our favorites in the greater Lafayette area are definitely Taze. It's a great place. Outdoor patio is kid-friendly. Dogs are welcome. There's usually live music on the weekends. Just a really great spot. We also love Digby's Pub and Patio. It's right downtown on the square, so you get a beautiful view of the courthouse. It's very large, and occasionally they have live music as well. And then another one that we love in the downtown area is Bistro 501. It's more of one that you can just go and relax on. Kind of takes you out of town in a way. You've got the brick patio there, so it's just a really lovely view to have your brunch on a Sunday or lunch or dinner.
And I swear, it's like it makes the food taste better when you're doing it outside.
Yes,
we also should touch on boutique shopping. When spring rolls around, we often want to refresh our wardrobes. Yes. Any advice for us there?
Yes, shop local. But one place that I really love is Scout. It's right in downtown. They have some really fun, colorful, vibrant sweaters and tops. This sweater is from Scout, recently purchased.
Adorable.
I know, I just love it. It's so cozy, but makes me feel spring. And then I can even use this into the summertime over a dress. And then another great option that I always love going to is Retail Therapy. They have a lot of really great athleisure wear, which can be really convenient when you want to go hiking this summer and explore, along with cute dresses and tops and fun accessories. And I also really like going to CJ's. They usually have some fun spring dresses that are perfect and again, can wear into summertime.
And we love looking for things that are unique. So another thing to mention is outside downtown. We're usually talking about downtown when you come to visit us, but you wanted to mention the 5 Points area is something that we need to explore.
Yes, 5 Points, there really is a lot to do within walking distance, or if you want to drive, you still can. It's not going to be too far, or even take the bus. But I would highly recommend stopping at Fuel Coffee Shop first. We love going there for breakfast or lunch. A few of our favorites are the quiche Lorraine and then the blueberry pancakes. And then right there, you can go to a plushie mart. So they have a bunch of stuffed animals. There is a historic fire station. I believe they do tours on Saturdays, so that's always an option to look out for. Also, Natalie's Second Chance is there, so you can volunteer to walk a dog, go donate items. You have Bjork's Fine Jewelry there. And then if you walk a little further, that's going to take you to the Columbian Park area, and you can go to the zoo once it's open, and also there are pedal boats, and then you have some great restaurant options there as well. There's Scott Street Pub, which they have a patio, and then of course the original frozen custard and Arnie's. And another way, you can even go one other direction, and that'll take you to Edith Clow Boutique. There's also Great Harvest Bread Company. And along with that is going to be the checkerboard. I believe it is 21 plus, but they have darts and really good wings.
A good excuse to get out walking and exploring. We also should touch on some of the big marquee events in the area. First up is Aviation Day.
Yes, this is always a fun one for all ages. It's free to attend. The whole community is welcome. But what we love, the kids love, getting on the planes. They're not going to take off, but you get to get on and explore. Along with that, there's going to be kids activity rooms. New this year is going to be a sensory friendly room, so if they need to break away from the noise, there's going to be an option for them. And then along with that, there are food trucks, live music, and a lot of seating.
It is a huge hit. They even get to talk to the pilots. My son loved it, and he got to get on the intercom, so definitely
that's so
explore.
Fun.
The other one, of course, is Spring Fest. Big, huge event for the area. What should we be looking out for?
This is going to be a fun time. Again, all ages, free to attend. There's going to be a plant sale. You can go to the Bug Bowl, which, learn about insects and bugs. And there's going to be interactive things, even for like science and art. And it's just a lot of fun to just get to explore and see what campus has to offer.
Okay, we're ready for it. Great advice as always. Thank you, Elise.
Thank you.
And remember, if you've enjoyed her tips, you'll find so much more on her Instagram account. Be sure to follow the Happy Hours.
Spring cleaning is about to hit the Wabash River, and there's still time to get involved. Volunteers with Park Allies are gearing up for De-Trash the Wabash. The biannual event focuses on removing trash from the Wabash River and restoring its health. The effort covers more than 9 miles of riverfront from Fort Weatanon to Davis Ferry Park. Larry Lomax, who leads Green Space Initiatives for Park Allies, says they found everything from old appliances to enough tires to create a tire beach.
So first and foremost, they should sign up, so that way we can get an inventory and account for how many people are coming, because we have supplies, we have t-shirts, we have gloves, so when they first come here, they'll get checked in, they'll know what sites that they're going in. Then they'll get a general safety talk just about maybe some things they need to watch out for, because some trash can be dangerous depending on where you're at. Then once we're done after 12, everybody gets a pizza lunch and just have a good time.
The cleanup is set for Saturday, April 5th at 9 a.m. You can register through the Tippecanoe County website at De-Trash the Wabash until Wednesday, April 2nd.
Hello everyone, welcome to Wani Bakery and Cafe Shop. This is a shop where people meet their artisanal, centered, and vibrant community-oriented coffee shop.
Located in West Lafayette, this cozy and modern bakery and cafe brings a distinct Asian style to a selection of baked goods and beverages.
So let's dive in and see what they have.
My name is Emma, and I'm the owner of Wani Bakery and Cafe. So our store was founded in late 2019. The idea behind the shop was to create a cozy and welcoming place where people can have handcrafted desserts and delicious drink. As a name for Wani is, during that time I just happened to have a dog and I named Pork Chop. As you can see, our store logo is a puppy, which is totally inspired by him. And one of the reasons why we named Wani is during that time, my dog, Pork Chop, always bark and woke me up around like 1 a.m. in the morning. The other reason is because we believe desserts can bring people happiness.
Can you introduce us to some of the key products available here?
In our store, Wani Bakery and Cafe, we specialize in a variety of baked goods and delicious like drinks. Our bestsellers products of like baked goods are like Japanese style, like bread and custom cakes, and some of like pastries. We also provide a variety of drinks, including like fruit tea, milk tea, and yogurt slush. Everything was made like freshly and fresh daily, and we use pretty high quality ingredients to make sure every product has a good quality.
If a new customer comes in, what products would you recommend they order?
One of our most popular product is our cake boxes, which is pretty light, moist, and perfect for any occasion. And the other best sellers are our like Japanese style like bread, especially cream cheese bread, which is pretty soft and delicious with pretty delicate cheese flavor. For first-time customers, I would recommend trying our egg tarts, which are crispy on the outside and buttery inside. Or our tiramisu cake box, which is rich, creamy, and perfect balance of coffee and sweetness.
Your drinks menu is also quite popular, so could you introduce some of your best-selling beverages?
Yes, of course. One of our best-selling beverage is our classic milk tea with boba. It has a rich brown sugar flavor and chewy boba pearls, making it a favorite among customers.
Okay, let's try. I think this flavor is pretty good. I've heard that you guys offer custom cake service. Could you tell us more about that? And what kinds of cakes can customers order? And how does the customization process work?
We offer custom cake services for birthdays, weddings, and special celebrations. Customers can choose from a variety of flavors, fillings, and decoration to create a unique cake tailored to their preferences. We also specialize in elegant cake designs, but we can also create more playful and colorful themes upon request. Each cake is freshly made with high quality ingredients, ensuring not just beautiful presentation, but also amazing taste.
It's clear that Wani Cafe and Bakery Shop is more than just a business. It's a passion project that continues to grow with the community. We look forward to seeing what the future holds.
Next month, iconic musician and Nobel laureate Bob Dylan is headed to Purdue's Elliott Hall of Music. The highly anticipated concert is actually a return trip for Dylan. He's performed at Elliott 3 times before, in 1981, 2000, and 2004. Joining me now to talk more about this visit is Mike Armentrout, the Senior Associate Director for Purdue Convocations and the advisor for Purdue's Student Concert Committee. So Mike, let's lay the groundwork here. How big of a deal is this?
It's a pretty big deal, you know. Bob is a legend and an icon, and there aren't many musicians and artists of his stature, you know, left in the world. Obviously, there are younger generations coming up, so it's a pretty big deal, and it's one of those things that we didn't want to miss the opportunity with an artist who's also at Bob's age. You just never really know when it's the last opportunity you have to present an artist.
One thing I had to ask you about is there's a unique element to this. It's a cell phone free experience. Mm-hmm. How is that executed?
So we haven't done that at Purdue before, but it is something that a fair number of like bigger, marquee level artists do, namely in the comedy space. But it is something that Bob has done on his last handful of tours. Patrons, when they come in the door, will have their phones as well as smartwatches sealed in a locked bag that stays with them the whole time, but it prevents them from being able to take pictures or videos or accept phone calls like during the show. There will be spaces where they can, if there's, let's say, there's an emergency that you need to step out and take a phone call or something like that, there will be spaces inside the venue or perhaps directly outside the venue where you can step out, unlock it, put it, get it out, make the phone call, do the business that you need to do. I believe the purpose of it is twofold. One, it is to prevent unlicensed, videos and photos of the performance from getting out. But it's also, in my opinion, it's created so people are forced to actually be in the experience, in the experience itself. That's one of the things that, being in this business as long as I have, I've definitely seen changed, and I really appreciate it.
While we have you here, anything else exciting that Convos is planning for the season we should be aware of?
Sure, we're actually in the final stages of preparing our 2025-2026 season. An array of Broadway performances and big shows and smaller events in the Loeb Playhouse, cultural experiences. Our target right now is that we'll be announcing that season ideally before students leave in May, and then we'll have some pre-sales and an on-sale period. But we've been really excited about the energy and enthusiasm we've seen at the box office this season, and we hope some of the titles and productions that we're bringing next season will generate that same excitement.
Well, speaking of that enthusiasm, if somebody wants to see the Dylan concert, where can they look for tickets?
It's going to be a tough one because the community did respond really well to it, and it's not the only show in my almost 9 years at Purdue that has sold out, but it is only the second show that's sold out in a matter of a couple of days.
Wow.
So Noah Kahn's performance at Elliott Hall in March of 2023 sold out in the first couple of days, and the Bob Dylan show sold out in a matter of a couple of days when we announced and went on sale. So I'm sure for those folks savvy enough and willing to take a chance, they could find a ticket, on the resale market somewhere. And there's still possible, that there's a handful, a literal handful of tickets that still get released from some holds that we have for the artist and et cetera. But it's going to be a full house. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mike. If you're one of those lucky ones, Bob Dylan's Rough and Rowdy Ways tour hits Elliott Hall of Music on Friday, April 11th at 8 p.m.
If you have a story you'd like to see in our next episode of Life on the Wabash, send us an email, connect with us on Instagram, or subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Here's a look at when you can find us next. Until then, we encourage you to explore more and have a happy Saturday.
Brought to you in partnership with Purdue University Brian Lamb School of Communication and NBC 16 Lafayette, a Star City TV station.